Hi guys, and welcome back to Reed's Readers with your host, Clinton Reed. And today, I'm going to bring with you the first TBR of 2021. And y'all believe 2020 is over? Yay! Okay, so I'm going to talk about the books that I'm reading, what I'm reading them for, and talk over a few things that we're doing this year. And then I'll get into the Readathon I'm taking place in this year, and I will tell you what book I'm reading for what challenges, not year, this month. We'll get to that at the end, and like what I'm reading for each, and stuff like that. So, my buddy reads with Mel. I'm only taking part in 3 of her 5 this month. First is A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kimmerer. We are rereading this series. I just got through reading A Curse of Dark and Lonely. And we'll be reading this in January, so we can read the 3rd one in February and finish out this series and knock off a challenge off our lists of completing more series. Which, anyone who doesn't know what this is about, where have you been? And why are you on my channel? Because we all know this is my favorite YA fantasy series of all time right now. This is... The first one was a Beauty and the Beast retelling where Beauty has cerebral palsy. This just follows the events of the first one, and I cannot wait because it's my favorite of the 2. And we're also buddy reading the entire year. We'll be doing the Wizard of Oz series. So in the month of January, we will be reading A Wonderful Wizard of Oz and the second book, The Marvelous Land of Oz. Which isn't this full edition. I have the bind-ups of all 5. I just gotta read that much, which is, I just gotta read 389 pages of this, and then leave the bookmark there, so February we'll read Ozma of Oz. Now, for my own personal read-alongs, I am currently going to be hosting 3, starting in the month of January. One is super short, but whatever. My first read-along that I am announcing on this channel is the Throne of Glass read-along, which I will tell you each month which book we're reading, and go from there. I am starting out with The Assassin's Blade in January, which I am going to be reading the first week of January. Each Throne of Glass book that we'll be reading, I will be reading the very first week of each month, except when we get to June, when I am reading 2 books at once. I'm going to be reading that over a course of 13 days. So, and this one's a short story collection, so I can spread out the short stories, and it's only 435 pages. I'm super excited to finally get into this series. Now, the second read-along, which we'll find out at the end of the month if I decide to carry on or not with this one. I'm a little skeptical. But Mel from Completely Melanie absolutely loves this series. This first book so far, and so did the boyfriend. Boyfriend just binged all 3 of these in like 4 days. 4 or 5 days, something like that. So, I'm super excited. But I will be finally reading Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, which I will be doing a read-along of all of Leigh Bardugo's works, which I will tell you each month what we're doing. But this is legitimately, I know nothing about this or Throne of Glass, but I'm super excited for both. We are getting a Netflix adaptation of this series coming out in April, so I am preparing myself by reading the trilogy before. And I can't. All I know is it's Russian inspired. Yeah. I can't wait. And then throughout the entire year of 2021, I will be reading graphic novels. I do believe it's 4 graphic novel series I will complete. The first graphic novel series I will be doing is Wires and Nerve by Marissa Meyer, because this is the continuation of the Lunar Chronicles following Aiko's story. And I want to finish out the Lunar Chronicles world by reading this one in January and reading the sequel in February. I have a lot of big books coming up in the year, and I thought graphic novels would help break up all that reading. And I can't wait. And because I'm doing the 2 TBR jars, and y'all heard I talked about it, January, instead of pulling one from the boyfriend's jar, I stated January and February, for January I'm reading Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mulhern. For him, because this is his favorite series that he's been pushing on me. All I know is a witch has to marry a witch hunter. Because I told him not to tell me anything. So I'll be reading this for the boyfriend. And then for my paranormal read of the month, I am starting the year off strong, hopefully, with a 5-star prediction. And that is Crave by Tracy Wolff. All I know is this is in a school setting where lots of different creatures, and it's Twilight, but better. So I can't wait for that. And then there's only 2 other books that I would love to read this month, because as you see, this is going to be a thick stack. But I would love to get to The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune, which all I've been told is this is like middle grade for adults. And it makes you warm and fuzzy in the end. So, I'm excited about. If I don't get to this one or the next one, I won't hurt myself. I'll just move them along the months. But I really hope I get to this one. And the last book that I really hope I get to this month is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Another 5-star prediction. Matter of fact, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 5-star predictions in 1 month. I didn't realize I did that. But I know this is about 2 sisters. One's brutally murdered and the other one does dark magic and summons a demon from hell to find vengeance. And we all know I love Carrie Maniscalco, so I'm super excited. Yeah. I am doing Emily from Novel's Novels Past and Future Readathon, which I will link down below. Which I will tell you, I won't tell you all the challenges, but I'll tell you what book I'll be reading for what challenge. Pick a book from a genre you want to try more of. I am doing A Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I want to read more classic middle grades, like children's classics. To try a book from an era or an event in history you've never tried is Kingdom of the Wicked. I can't exactly remember the time period. I want to say it's 19... Why do I always say 19? I think it's 18 something. I don't remember. But it's like Victorian era. So that's what I'm going to do for that one. I'm going to try, number 3 is to try a new to you author. And I'm using Shelby Mulhern here for that. Read a book that has a new theme to you, i.e. magical realism, time travel, told by a new perspective, i.e. whatever. I'm going to do The House in Cerulean Sea because it's labeled middle grade for adults. So to me, that's like a new theme, something I've never read. A book written in a new to you format, i.e. verse, multimedia, stream of consciousness. This isn't really a new to me format, but I'm doing a graphic novel, so wires a nerve. A book recommended by an older relative. I'm changing to an older friend. I've had a lot of people recommend Shadow and Bone to me, so I'm using that. Read a book by a friend's favorite author that you haven't tried before. Okay, I'm not the author, but I'm doing a series I've never tried before, and I'm gonna use Assassin's Blade for that. Reread a fave book, which I'm obviously doing A Heart So Fierce and Broken, and read a new to you middle grade. Not really a new to me because I've read it before, but it's been a lot of years, but I'm doing The Marvelous Land of Oz for that. So there's those statistics. Ugh. Love the fact that I'm doing all these challenges, so now I've got to tell you what I'm doing for each. For Mel's TBR Knockout Challenge, for January, the word is dark. Read a book with a dark word in the title, which I'm doing Shadow and Bone for that. And read a book with dark themes. I'm going to say Kingdom of the Wicked because she summons a devil for that. I can't do buzzword this month. Miss Wisher, my favorite teachers, 2021 book challenge. January is to read a book by someone special, and that I'm going to be using A Serpent and Dove. A to Z Readathon, I'm going to do a book by my fave author, which I'm a huge Carrie Maniscalco or TJ Klune fan, so either one will work for that. And then I'm also going to do B, any book counts. And then I don't know if crime novel would work for Kingdom of the Wicked, seeing as her sister was murdered. Who knows? And then for Chantel's at An Intentional Life, her January challenge was a Homish word in the title. I'm doing Wires and Nerve, the graphic novel, because there's wires in the house. Or I can do House in the title, which I'll probably do instead, is the House in the Cerulean Sea, because it's got the word house in the title. So those are my reading plans for January. Comment down below and let me know, are you reading along with Mel? If so, comment down below and let me know. Because we have a lot of people in our group chat and we need more. Are you going to take part in my read-alongs of Throne of Glass, Grishaverse, and Wires and Nerve? Possibly Serpent and Dove? Any of these you want to buddy read with me this month? Comment down below. Also comment down below and let me know, have you read any of these books? Any you want me to prioritize? Any extra hinted like help so I can get through some of these sick baby boys? Which I'm glad I'm doing these two early on because this series gets thick as fuck. But yeah. So glad we're doing the TBR for 2021 for January. I cannot wait for a brand spanking new year of new reads, of new faves. I'm hoping all of these become new favorites of mine. Well, we already know that these two at the bottom are faves. Hoping all of these become new faves and nothing disappoints me. So, if you're new here, might as well hit the subscribe and see how I did. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. And remember, guys, always be fabulously you. Until next time, oh boy!